You serious?
I thought I turned that shit down. Dang.
Damn, this is cutting our heads off. I just realized. Okay, hold on, that might work.
I probably had to stay still like the whole damn time like this. Okay, all right. No, you good. And here we go.
All right. Yeah! We in the building.
There we go. The back, the front, the back, side. Yeah!
Oh, man. Episode 200. 200.
No midgets, unfortunately.
You know, they was here, they left.
Yeah, they here, but yeah, we kept fucking around.
We had to let them go.
Yeah.
It was they called the cops on us.
Yeah, they did. They like, yo, see a bunch of these big midgets up here in this undisclosed location.
Right.
We're gonna have to shut it down.
Right. So yeah, man, episode 200, man. I'm excited. I'm glad that we still, doing our thing and hanging out and still bringing y'all the latest in hip hop culture. We're also gonna be celebrating our 5-year anniversary this year, so that'll be coming up toward the end of May, early June. We'll try to invite the big dude and movies back.
Yeah, they'll be there.
But yeah, how was your week this week, my man?
Man, week was all right, man. I got got schoolwork done. Got a little bit of monetary funds, lifted a little bit.
My man.
I ain't gonna, I can't say nothing. Can't say too much.
Let me hold something.
Nah, they ain't got it.
They just said he got it.
Nah.
Black folk, dude. I just got this money. Let me hold something.
Yeah, I ain't got it. I let you on fire, though. On fire. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
How was your week, man?
It was good, man. I can't complain. It went by kind of fast. I saw the first episode of Moon Knight. I don't know if you've been.
Yeah. It was
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I'm excited to see the next episode. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it on Wednesday. I messed around. It's kind of funny. We got done with work and everything, and I was eating lunch, and I was like, I was gonna eat lunch and just mess around and just watch something. I said, okay, and I was like, oh, okay, that's on. I'll check it out. And for what I saw, I thought it was pretty good. I definitely led me to want to watch more.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So
yeah, and I'm sure they're gonna go in more depth. It's a 6-episode series, so it's not gonna be too long. But I'm pretty excited about it. So far, I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see if they join it into the cinematic universe. Put it in the movies and stuff.
It's kind of hard though, because Moon Knight ain't really that main. A lot of people ain't really.
Right.
Certain people know about Moon Knight, but he wasn't really like a mainstream character like Spider-Man or Wolverine.
Exactly. So I'm just starting to learn about him, but I like what I see, and so that's why I'm like, okay, it would be dope if they could get him into one of the movies and make him do a cameo or something like that in one of the movies.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, my week was really good. No complaints. Just happy to be here. Episode 200.
200.
We got to do it big, so we're gonna have some confetti and all that shit in a few minutes, before the cops get here.
Yeah, what I'm saying. We're gonna have niggas on the dice game, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have the spade game over here. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's been a good week. So, I don't think we had anybody that like passed away or anything. Not that I know of, anyway. So, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Did you have anything for our question of the day?
Question of the day. Since we all talking about this Will Smith shit smacking Chris Rock in the face.
Yes, which we will talk about a little bit later.
A little bit later, since it's been dominating. Would it be different if it wasn't the Oscars? Would the outcome be a little different if it wasn't the Oscars?
I could see it being different if it was behind closed doors or somewhere where it wasn't so many cameras. Like if he had done it at the after party, like they said, where you don't get the world view of that, it would have been a little different. It would have still been embarrassing for him, but it wouldn't have been blowing up. It would have just been, hearsay. It would have been, okay, well, can we see the camera footage? Well, no, it was the after party. We didn't have no cameras. Somebody might have caught it, but it would have been a lesser chance of it getting caught. So I think because the world saw it, for me, it kind of puts Chris Rock on a different in different circumstances. To me, anyway. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking. What I should have framed this question a little bit better. What I was thinking is like more so on the line of if it was like another award show.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe if they was out in public and he just happened to they would get food and he just happened to say, hey, your wife bald and shit,
right?
And then like what I'm saying. So yeah, what I'm saying. Nobody go with it,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Right. So I was thinking more so like on the line, like if they was out in public or if they was out, what I'm saying, like if this was something like maybe. Which I don't know what Chris. Well, yeah, I guess it could be getting the Grammys. Like if it was the Grammys, or maybe if it was like BET's like little stuff, would it been as big?
Right. Right.
And my thing of it is, but we'll get into that later. I think the reason why they try to do all that shit because the whole trying to get money up, trying to get viewership up for the Oscars. Because other than that, I didn't know that shit was on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, at other award shows, how it would have went down. I mean, I think it would have still been somewhat of a big deal, but let's say if it happened at the BET Awards, it wouldn't have been so widespread across the world because like everybody, most mainstream minded people are trying to watch the Oscars, but not everybody's watching the BET Awards.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So because of that, it would have spread around, but it wouldn't have been so, oh, did y'all catch it? We was watching it. It wouldn't have been so much of that. It would have just been like the next day, oh, did you hear about what happened? Because we actually ended up recording it. But on ours, what they did here in the US, they have a 7-second delay so that they can blur out everything. Okay. So on our recording, everything is visual, but you don't hear the words,
Oh, you're talking about as far as like, keep my name.
Yeah, right. You don't hear none of that. It's all quiet. You just see him.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And that's it. You don't even you don't hardly hear the smack. But, I mean, I think it would have been slightly different in other awards, but not much different.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, did you want to say anything on that question of the day?
No, I think that was it. So everybody just answer that. We'd like to know, leave comments and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely leave something in the comments. See y'all out there on Instagram.
Appreciate y'all.
Instagram never fails us, So, and everybody out there, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube, whatever, don't forget, hit the buttons, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters, we need funds allocated to the motherfucking funds so we can build a motherfucking school.
We need your funds. Open your wallets.
It's ain't it a shame that you got other people build all these schools and he's still struggling with that one.
we still got to get the plumbing right. You know,
I'm
that
like,
costs
dang,
money,
nigga, call the Mario Brothers, nigga. Goddamn.
You get a crackhead.
You got that right?
I mean, some shit should have been done by now, bro. I know some motherfuckers who do drugs. They can hook your shit right up. I had a motherfucker did something on my car.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was some big shit, too. Had my car hoisted up, did that shit under the hood, put the car down like 45 minutes. Boom. Like a $300 job that he did for like $20.
Damn.
I was like,
hold on, he hosted up by himself? Like, he didn't get
yeah, the job. You know?
Oh, I'm like, I thought,
saying,
yeah, the way he said, the nigga like, look at the car. Yeah, this did it. I ain't need it. Nah, I don't need it.
Right.
Nothing.
I'm good.
I don't need nothing. I'm good.
But yeah, man. So you know, it can get done. You know, he playing around. Anyway, we're gonna leave brother Umar alone.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and jump into some birthdays real quick. Back on April 1st, which was yesterday, my man Gil Scott Heron. A happy birthday to him. Today, April 2nd, we got Prince Paul. Yes, sir. We got Quavo in today, and Young Jock as well. All right. So happy birthday to them. Yep. Coming up tomorrow, we got my man Hussein Fatal from the Outlaws. All right. Young M.A. Yep. And also, nope, those are the only two for tomorrow. Coming up on the 5th, we got my man Pharrell. Happy birthday to him, Skateboard P. Mm-hmm. And then on the 5th, we also got Juicy J. You know what I mean? Doing his thing. Coming up on the 8th, around the end of the week, we got my man Chino XL. Yeah. The man who always sparks controversy. And then my man Biz Markie, rest in peace. His birthday is coming up on the 8th as well. So that is it for my birthdays. You got some
oh,
claps.
Yeah, look at the skibbity claps for me.
Happy birthday to all of you. All right, so music I don't really have too much. There was a song that came out recently. I think I might have mentioned it on one of the other podcasts, but it came out over the last few weeks. It's by my man R.A. the Rugged Man. It's called Dragonfire. Okay. It features Ghostface Killer, Master Killer, and Cool G Rap.
All right.
And so I've been bumping that joint, man, all week, man. That joint go hard, super hard. I think there was one other person who had an album, but I forgot to make a note of it. So I'll find that for next week's show. And then also we got to talk about Cypress Hill's new joint, Back in Black. So I know you said you got to really hear a lot of it.
Yeah, it was actually
all of it.
Yeah, I heard. I think I heard all but 2 songs because I picked up my girl Friday and we were kind of talking. So I didn't really get to hear the last 2 songs.
Right.
But for what I heard, man, I mean, it's good. I mean, I think they stay on topic. The overall theme is, obviously weed because they weed here. But they was actually talking about one of the songs they were talking about. Yeah, it's legal here, but the feds are still doing shit like to stop people and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, right. So it was actually pretty good to hear that. You know what I'm saying? The man, like Sin Dogs like got nice. B's nice with it too. Like they styles, like they still. It's I would say modern. But it's still more, but you still hear like the hip hop stuff and like the old school. So yeah, they doing their thing, man. So shout out to Cypress.
Shout out to Cypress, man. I love Cypress. I mean, they stay consistent, man. And I've only heard like 2 songs. The first one they released and then one other one, and they had me amped. I was like, okay, it's giving you that real Cypress Hill sound. Yeah. So I'm excited to hear the rest, man. I can honestly say, man, I can already tell it's a good album. So. I can believe everything you said because Cypress, they don't really have that. Oh, they kind of lost this. They keep consistent, man. They got it. They got the consistency.
Me personally, and this me being a fan. I mean, there's a few albums, but even then, I think they still, they were still relevant. You know what I'm saying? They still, what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, like. Yeah, they still like a good group. Yeah, I should check that album out.
Yeah, definitely check that album out. And don't forget we got the Cypress Hill versus Onyx. You know what I mean? Coming up on the verses. That's going to be in May, I believe.
Who do you think have been? We already talked about Onyx.
Yeah.
And we already talked about Onyx going up against MOP, instead of Cypress. Who do you think Cypress could go up against besides Onyx?
Well, like I said, I thought Bone was a good one, even though they've already gone. I think Bone would have been a good one for them. I think they have similar styles. Not exactly the same, but I think they would have a similar feel. Like Bone sometimes give you that high energy, and then sometimes they give you that mellow, laid back. Something that you just, if you're a smoker, you probably just want to smoke to it. I think that would be good. Let me see who else. Cypress is hard to find a group.
I got one.
Okay. Who you got?
Digital Underground.
Okay. Digital Underground would be good for them. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, unfortunately with the demise of Shock G.
Yeah.
But they actually got, I don't know if you saw that Drink Champs episode, they actually got the guy that plays Shock G in like the All Eyes on Me movie. He's actually in the group. They actually put him for Digital Underground. Oh, wow. And he kind of has his own mannerisms like Shock G and stuff. Yeah, but he's a young guy too. I forgot his name. But they don't call him Shock G. They call him something else.
Okay.
But they kind of have its own little moniker.
I think that's a good thing. You don't want to make it seem like he's trying to replace Shock G.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody can really replace Shock G. He was in a class by himself, man.
Dude
was just
dope, man. That interview, he was saying like, because it was Money B and the young guy. Not to really call him like that, but Money B was saying like when they did all in the same, we were all in the same game. Money B was saying that Dre was looking at like Shock G to see what he was doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But Shock G's, man, he's a hidden gem, man. A lot of people slept on him.
Yeah, man.
But that dude, he was dope, man. So it's sad to see that he's passed on. Rest in peace, and of course, condolences to his family. But so let's continue on with some topics, man. But I am excited for the Cypress Hill and Onyx. I'm ready for that. I wish it was coming up sooner, but we gotta do the gospel.
The BB and CC. Yeah, we gotta get right and saved first before we act like heathen.
Get sanctified.
We gotta get sanctified. We gotta get checked. No, right. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to that too, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
BB and CC, they go way back. But Mary, they got some hits for you, boy.
Yeah. That BB and CC, they come up with that, the tomorrow.
Right.
They hit that joint.
Yeah,
that's gonna be it right there.
I wonder if back to the Cypress Hill real quick. I wonder if Red and Meth would have been good to go up against them. I mean, they only because they talk a lot about smoking and shit like that,
Well,
but,
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, man, that's the thing. It'd be tough because I look at Red and Meth more as a duo,
right,
than a group,
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with that. It's just a lot of people get that confused. Like, oh yeah, this, like Styles P and Sheik and not Sheik, excuse me, Jada. That's the group. Like, nah, they a duo, but I don't consider them a group. It's like just like Raekwon and Ghostface. They a duo.
Yeah. I feel you.
They're not a group. Yeah. Cypress is a group.
Yeah.
They got. I mean, there's a you know what I'm saying. There's a whole different chemistry and stuff going with it. Even if it was just like Sin Dog and him just rapping. Oh, bless you. Don't get that on.
Thank you.
Don't get that on.
Thank you.
The Roro's still out here.
But it's probably just some dust or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's probably dust.
Allergy season too. Yeah. But man, I that would be hard to find another group to go up against them. But I think they would be good. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
So but anyway, Another topic I want to mention. A lot of you younger cats might know, the young female rapper Lotto. She threw out the remix of "Sorry Not Sorry," where she threw shade at people like Ludacris and Sierra and even the Migos. Basically saying that they're not Atlanta. That they.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. Now you mean to tell me she talked to one of our people to review this show way back in the day? Probably done forgot about it now. Just said he wasn't from Atlanta.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Damn. Come on.
Yeah. So she was basically saying that technically they should not say that they're from Atlanta, but she did kind of give them credit, saying that they helped put Atlanta on the map. But that they shouldn't be allowed to say that they're from Atlanta, because like Luda was born in Illinois, and even when he moved down there, he lived in what they call College Park, I think.
Yeah.
And so they feel like College Park, even though it's kind of synonymous with Atlanta, it's not technically Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and same with Sierra, just technical stuff like you were actually born here. Migos, you were actually born here. I think maybe one of the Migos
was actually from
Atlanta, but not all of them. Jermaine Dupri, I think same with him. He's College Park. So, it's been sparking a lot of debate. You know what I mean? Now, Luda did actually do an answer freestyle. And, he didn't really get disrespectful. He was just saying, I'm a rep Atlanta to the day I die, no matter what. Even though I'm not from here. He did admit I was born in Illinois, blah, 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 but still, I mean, and I've always felt like, what Rakim said, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know what I mean? So you rep where you at. That's why, I don't always just go around just New York, New York, New York. We in North Carolina. We represent for North Carolina right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Kurt's like, I'm from North Carolina, son. You know what I mean? North Carolina.
NCX.
NCX, nigga.
Word is born, son.
Word is born, son. North Cat.
But yeah, I mean, I never forget my New York roots.
Yeah, man.
I've been in North Carolina too long for me to just still be acting like everything's all about.
Well, that's the thing, though. So even if he was born in Illinois, how long has Luda been in the South?
I think he's somewhere between maybe 10 and 12 is when he came down here, somewhere in that area.
So he's obviously been here, been in the South longer than he's been in Chicago. Yeah, exactly. So he's fucking from the South.
I mean, nobody in Chicago is going to be looking for him to represent Chicago.
Yeah.
Or Illinois, wherever he was from Illinois. So that's, I think a lot of the younger generation, I think they pushing certain things like that too hard. It's like you had no reason to do that. And in our generation, that we take that shit personal. So, a lot of the young people don't take that too personal. They, she just, nah, that's shade. You know what I mean? So you can't really do that.
Only thing is, man, like I said, well, thank God she said we talk about the South. Yeah. She was talking about the West. Talking about, you ain't from here, so we're going to have this. Yeah, there'll be a lot of motherfuckers together.
Yeah, man.
Like Tupac,
you ain't from
Rob.
Dog, you ain't from here.
Yeah, you ain't here from here, Marquette Buster.
That would have been, that would have got
heavy. Yeah, that'd be crazy. But yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. A lot of MCs aren't where they actually rep.
Right.
Prodigy wasn't from Queens, he was from Hempstead. Right. Exactly. He repped Queens.
Yeah.
Damn, that's you know what I'm saying? So like I think I get what you're saying. I don't want her to think that we don't get what I get what you're saying. But to tell them not to rep, especially if they've been here, they've been in that demographic in that area longer than they actually been to their actual birthplace. Right. Nah, they from there. Because they already got the cultures and the nuances and how things go. That's where they from.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, and again, it's another thing to really divide and conquer, though, man. Because like, really, who gives a shit? Like this is supposed to be a black art form. Right. I mean, I know white people coming in here and fucking it. Well, I ain't gonna say fucking it up. I won't say that because there's some good white people in here. We just talked about them. Right. The Rogan. All right. So, but yeah, man, I mean, we shouldn't have. That's another device. Divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? Like we really don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like realistically, we it's a black art. Black art form to express ourselves. We really need to stick together. We need to stop this whole it's this versus everybody. And, even with T.I.'s goofy ass talking about, yeah, we're gonna stop these New York cats. A lot of it, like no, it's just him.
Right.
Motherfucker, it's just you.
Right.
No one gives a shit. If the rappers are rapping, like I don't give a fuck where they from. Like, okay, New York nigga nice, that nigga from Chicago nice, my nigga from the West is nice, my nigga Midwest is nice, down south, my man nice with the work. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. It's just just one of them things. I mean, I think it's like if somebody from New York who lived like in Manhattan made a song and saying certain rappers is not from New York because you in the Bronx, so you're not really New York, because Manhattan is like the city, the inner city of New York. But you got the 5 boroughs, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and they all consider New York City. But when you get mail, you have to put Bronx. You can't just put New York. If you put New York, that means you're sending it to Manhattan. So it's one of those things. I mean, technically they're all yeah. When you send something to Manhattan, you have to put New York City and New York State. But when you send it to the Bronx or Brooklyn, you put in Brooklyn or the Bronx, whatever.
Oh, so Manhattan people, they don't put Manhattan.
Nah, they put New York City.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, I did not know that.
It just says New York on their mail. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, but that's to me, that's just overreaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like saying, oh well, Big Pun is not New York because he was from the Bronx. Yes, he is. All the 5 boroughs are considered New York City.
But that's the thing, though. If they didn't, it started. Hey, if it wasn't for the Bronx, none of this rap shit would be going on. Exactly. So tell me where you from? Uptown, baby.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Peter Guns, man. Peter Guns and my man's
Lord
Tariq, yeah. They went hard for the Bronx on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the in the comments, because I think that places like College Park and Bankhead and Decatur and all of those that are right outside of Atlanta, they're kind of Atlanta by extension. So it's like, nobody's gonna look at them if they say they're from Atlanta. Like, oh, you ain't from Atlanta, you from College Park. No.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
Same shit. Well, I mean, that's that's no different from like, I'm from a small town. Yeah. So like instead of saying like I'm like, especially when we go out and travel.
Yeah.
Like when people say, yeah, I'm from here, instead of saying I'm from the small town, because they don't know where the fuck that is.
Right.
I'm from Greensboro. And they'd be like, oh, okay.
Right.
They know where they at least heard of Greensboro, North Carolina, or what I'm saying? So that's usually what we'll say. Yeah, we don't say like, yeah, I'm from a small town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, I'm from a small town called Fresh Off the Cop's Ass.
That's right.
He said, you're making me homesick. But anyway,
so the goddamn
boy, I'm still mad that Robert Harris not here no more, boy.
Man, yeah,
he was hilarious. Like he was like the original Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah,
it's like those are the types when they go on, it's like it hurt.
Yeah,
it's like we lost a giant in the game.
I tell you one thing, Will Smith wouldn't smack the fuck out of him.
Right. Exactly.
Man, he smacked me.
Right.
Get your ass up.
Exactly.
Now we'll make a new law. Anytime, somebody come on the stage deaf. I ain't gonna do it. Oh, I know. You ain't gonna do it. Gotta go. Exactly. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna get into that in a few minutes. But right now, let's jump into another topic. My man Dame Dash, he went through a lawsuit and he had to end up paying like $800,000. Whew. Oh! That's almost $1 million, bro, over a movie that he really didn't have no rights to. So he was working with a dude named Josh Weber and Muddy Waters Pictures, and they basically I forget the name of the movie. It was I forget, but basically.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he allowed them to shoot the movie on his property at his house. I'm sure it's probably like a big mansion type place, so he allowed them to shoot it there. And before they could finish the movie, they let him go because he was actually kind of, I guess, I don't know what role he played, but he was officially on the payroll. Like he was a part of the movie in some kind of way, and basically he was coming to the set high and whatnot, and they got tired of that. Every day you high and all of this, so they told him, you're no longer part of this movie. And so, they left, and he kept a copy of the movie and renamed it. He put a new title on it, and then started shopping it around to companies like BET and all these places. And so, they found out about it, and they're like, okay, how are you going to just shop our movie around?
It's like, damn.
Right. And he thinks that he has the right to do that because it was shot on his property and using some of his equipment. I think some of the equipment that was used was his, but that's neither here nor there. You gave consent to use that stuff. So unless there was some monetary agreement, you can't just do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, he probably didn't even charge him for it. He probably was just like, yeah, use my place, at least that'll make me feel better, so I'm part of the project.
Yeah.
Because if it was money involved, he could have just said, "Give me my money back." So I'm assuming there was probably no money involved. So he just thought, all right, well, since y'all use my place, I'm gonna take a copy of the movie and start pushing it. So and that's why he ended up losing, because he didn't have enough proof that it was actually his movie. So what do you think about that whole fiasco?
Man, I don't know, man. It just seems to me like, I don't want to say like Dame was slipping, but I mean, for the fact that he, getting high all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially a man of that stature, and you're trying to, what I'm saying? He trying to talk about building a legacy and stuff.
Right.
And it's like, to me, it just seems like you're, what I'm saying? Not that you're throwing it away, but it's just, you don't have no regard for it. You know what I'm saying?
And see, I always took him to be a real smart dude. So it's like,
yeah.
I didn't expect him to act like that, where he just thought, oh, it's okay, I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I think, because we were watching the video, Sandman and Ogar was talking about, basically, they had heard that Irv Gotti mentioned a story about Dame too, saying that he knew of another situation that was similar to that, where Dame kind of messed something up and, ended up losing the whole project. And so I think their whole question was, is that what broke Rockefeller up?
Yeah.
Was that why that happened? Because, I could honestly see that. Now, they say Leo Cohen kind of got in the mix and messed the whole thing up with Rockefeller, but I could see it being partially Dame's fault too. Because if you have that kind of behavior, man, after a while, people are going to get tired of that.
Yeah.
So, it's like, we got to do business. You can smoke and do all the fucking drinking and smoking you want over there on that time, but don't bring that shit over here.
Yeah.
This is business time,
Yep.
So I don't know, man. I think he kind of messed that whole thing up, but only Dame could tell the story. This is just conjecture on our part. So, I really, but if there's a pattern of behavior, if that really is true, he needs to get some therapy, man, because
man.
you can't be successful in the long run if you keep running up on that same type of snag. You know what I mean? So
yeah, sorry about that. That's somebody up there,
yeah,
one of the midgets up there trying to take.
You cannot come back.
Yeah,
we already
shut the door. Shit locked. We can't get you back.
Right. You can come back for the 5-year show.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all don't forget, hit all the buttons, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir, brothers and sisters. We need your help.
We need funds allocated to the motherfucking student.
They need your help.
Yeah, they need your help.
But yeah, man. I hope I hope he kind of learned his lesson, you know what I mean, from having to pay out so much money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, bro, you know you were wrong for that. If it happened the way they say it happened, you're wrong for that.
Yeah.
But if there's something else that you know that we don't know, then put it out there. Because he's that type of guy. He tries to put it out there, you know, to let people know here's the real truth. And I'm assuming he took whatever proof he had to court, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So anyway, before we get to our final topic of the Oscars and the smack heard around the world, was there anything else we need to cover?
I don't think so. It was just, ain't nobody too much doing nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, other than, the stuff going on in the world and all this other stuff. Other than that, everybody been kind of chill this week.
Yeah, man.
I mean, even with April Fool's, man, I ain't really seen no one get off like with April Fool's. They just like, man. I think I seen one meme was like, yeah, April Fool canceled already. All this foolishness and shit we got going on in the world.
Hey, man.
I feel you.
I don't know, man, but they say Will Smith kind of turned the Oscars into the Source Awards. You know what I mean?
Damn, son.
I saw a couple of memes that said that. I was like, yo, they wrong for that.
Dang, Will Smith. Dang, Will Smith would be like, hey, I just want to thank you for taking this award. And if you don't want, your people up in the video,
making jokes,
dancing, y'all come to Will's Row.
Right.
Come to Will.
Come over here to Bel Air.
Come to Bel Air.
But yeah, man, he basically turned it into a smack DVD. No, I mean, I'm being funny, but I did do a lost in thought about it because it was a big situation. Right after the Oscars, Will went up on stage and slapped my man's because Chris Rock made a joke about Jada's head being shaved. Still to this day, I'm not sure if he knows about the alopecia thing or if he thought that wasn't over the line enough. Maybe he just thought, I know about the alopecia thing, but this is about G.I. Jane, so it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, he could have been just looking at it as she's bald-headed. G.I. Jane was bald-headed. So that was it. That was the extent of my joke. Because, I mean, when it happened, that was the first thing out of his mouth. It was a G.I. Jane joke. And that's when Will was like, nah, fuck that. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. So, when I first heard about it, my thoughts on it was, Will was justified in reacting the way he reacted because, I have to be honest. That's the kind of person I am. If some shit like that happened to me, I'm very impulsive. I feel like if I don't act right now, it'll be too late later on. You know what I mean? So, and it's not a good trait. I need to probably work on that shit. But I am that type of person. Like, if some shit happened and me and my family's out, you say something about my wife or my kids or anybody, brother, cousin, I'm reacting on sight. And then I'll apologize later, but that's how I am. But I probably need to just work on that. So I hadn't really thought about it, but we all got to really reflect on what's going on with Chris Rock because that could have sparked some PTSD type shit for him. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been talking about, Will Smith. But Chris Rock, the more I thought about it, it was like, damn, imagine if that was me and I got smacked on TV. Even if I fought back, that's so fucking embarrassing. I wouldn't even know what the fuck to say. What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of people saying that it was staged.
Yeah.
With the handprint and all that stuff, saying that he didn't. Yeah. And the thing of it is, too, man, I feel that Will wasn't called. He wasn't called to do that.
Yeah, he wasn't.
It was. Look, he was even laughing at the fucking joke.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was a joke. That's what comedians do. So you mean to tell me a comedian can't do the job no more? I think that's where we at, man. It's just like you can't say nothing. I mean, and it wasn't really that hard. I can understand if he went on the Oscars and said, "Oh, you old dog ass bitch" or something like that. Now I can understand that. Then you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, be justified. But that wasn't even that hard. That was like a layup.
Right.
Look at lay up of a joke.
It was hard for someone who's sensitive about the situation because I mean I would have felt it too.
But let's get real though.
But like you said, it wasn't in actuality. It wasn't. It's just that when you're thinking about your wife's situation, you're not thinking about what he said. You're thinking about what's going on with her.
But you know what alopecia is?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even fucking life threatening.
It's not.
It's literally like when men get it, it's technically male pattern bald. Yeah. It's about I know that, like you said, it's something different, but it's nothing life threatening. Yeah. And then I heard some people this week like, well, alopecia just because you have alopecia is, as a woman and as a black, because I know black women get it a lot. It's like I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with my skin. That's like, bitch, all you gotta do, bro. They like, oh, some people just say throw a wig on or anything. It's like it just don't fit. But shoot, you got some. My girlfriend has a friend. I think she shaved. I don't think she even have alopecia. She shaved all of her real hair off, and she throws on wigs because what she wants to do is like she just like the variety of it. I like throwing on the wigs to have like, I could do something different. Like if I got an outfit, like if I got some red pants, and she got some red pants, and like she like, okay, I could throw. I'm just speculating because I'm pretty sure this is not how, she might throw another wig on. But let's say she got like, well, I got some red pants, red shoes. I'm gonna throw this red wig with that, bam. Next day, all right. I'm gonna throw the blue joints on. I got blue shoes, blue pants. I'm gonna throw this blue, just to switch it up. So like really, to me, like this whole like trying to guard his sympathy and all that shit, like I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. It's just like Lotto. Sorry, not sorry. All right.
Well, look, let me play devil's advocate for just a little bit. I think that, in my personal opinion, I think a woman who can rock a bald head is very sexy.
Yes, Lord.
I really do think that. But the majority of women aren't that comfortable with a bald head. And so I think Jada actually looks good with her bald head.
She does.
Yeah, just like Tiffany Haddish, I think she looked pretty good too.
She got bald when she went bald.
Tiffany Haddish went bald like last year.
Really?
Yeah, she's starting to grow the hair back. She completely shaved like Jada. Completely.
Oh, okay.
Right now she got kind of almost like a Halle Berry thing going on. Like,
I'll be honest with you. Even Amber Rose, her crazy ass was good at that one time. But you gotta have you gotta have the head type too. You can't be all mushed up and looking like a fucking gooman and shave that shit. And you're gonna look like
And that's why I said that, because the majority of women aren't really going to feel that way. A majority of women are going to feel like, if I lose my hair, my life is fucking over.
Yeah.
And so, you have to be somewhat sympathetic for that. It is easy to throw on a wig and shit like that, but most women, the principle of it, they would just feel like my shit is destroyed. Nobody's going to like me anymore, blah, blah, blah. So, I can sympathize with her in that aspect. But, on the other side of the coin, a lot of people have been bringing up that they feel like Jada is a narcissist and that she is the one that really controls Will to react this way. And it kind of does seem like it, because like you said, when it first jumped off, he laughed at the joke. But then I think he looked over at her and saw she was mad, and that triggered him like, oh shit.
But this is the thing.
I'm going to have to go up and do something now, because if I keep laughing, it's going to look bad on me.
This is one thing that I want to say that no one really is talking about. Now, when you're with your wife, you're out in the venue, unless maybe there was something, they had special seating. You sit with your wife, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I sit with my girlfriend when we're together. There was one incident. We were still together.
Yeah.
But she sat on one side, I was on the other side. We were doing homework. She had a friend that was meeting her. The friend, who was a male friend, sat beside her. But I'm there. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I know you're not doing, I know that. So, but why was Jada on one side there was another woman.
Oh yeah, between them.
Yeah, another woman with a beautiful fro, I might add.
Right.
And then Will's on the other side.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure why that.
So why was that? Yeah, why did that happen? No one's talking about that shit.
Right.
Nobody.
I mean, but it is kind of funny, man, that he reacted like that, because I do feel like Jada, and I'm, this is just my opinion, so don't shut me down or anything, but
no, man.
I'm just talking about the crowd.
Don't
trying to shut us down because I'm just saying an opinion, but I don't think Jada would have reacted the same way if somebody had disrespected him.
Oh no!
I don't feel
Hell no!
So and that narcissistic behavior can cause you, as him in his position, to feel like you gotta react to everybody who does something wrong to them. But like if it happened to you, she'd have just probably looked at him and said, "Oh, it's a joke, baby. Just laugh, let it go." You know what I mean? But he can't say that to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if he was in the same medical condition where he was, sick or losing his hair or whatever, he, it wouldn't have worked out the same. She would have still just, nah, baby, it's a joke. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But had he said that shit to her, oh, Jada, it's just a joke. Let it go. She'd have been ready to haul up and slap the shit out of him. You know what I mean? So I really just, feel like, it could be some truth to that she may be a narcissist behind closed doors.
And then too, that's another thing too. Like they was up there. I think I seen someone say like they were gonna do like the the little table talk or whatever it is, red table and everything. Yeah. And like, Will don't need to go on that shit. Will need therapy.
He does.
I don't blame. I mean, because that's the thing, man. It's just she already embarrassed the man, talking about, oh, he ain't good in bed and all this other stuff like that. And you're the, I know that they relationship is, kind of different from, normal, not to say normal people, average. I'll say average people. So, they got their little open relationship kinks and all that other stuff. But you can't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you really love somebody and you want to, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't, maybe I could understand her talk to a few of her girlfriends about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And those girlfriends being like in confidence, like, oh, dang, I'm really sorry,
Right.
And they actually like, it's just kind of, it's affecting relationship, this, that, third. And it's like, dang, we'll do this, something like that. But to be like on a national platform, like, yeah, his bad skills suck. I'm like, bitch. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, why would you do that? And that ain't no merit. And like, and what merits you to do that? Now, if he did some, sneaky shit or something like that, I can understand. Like, and then she say that, yeah, okay, you got it. But there was really no. To me, there's no. There was no reason for her to warrant that.
Yeah.
From what I see.
Right.
Because I, what I'm saying, because I can't say nothing because I'm not in their lives.
And I mean, my thing is this, I actually think they make a good couple, Will and Jada. I really do. But they're different, and that's part of what makes them a good couple, because they think a little different. But I've noticed over the years that Will, you can tell he just does not feel like he measures up, because I've seen old interviews where he was talking about Tupac. They asked him like, how do you feel about Jada, her relationship with Tupac? And he was like, man, she loved that dude so much. I just, there was just no room for me sometimes. I felt like all she talked about was him. In the beginning of their relationship, he said, man, that was a big issue for him, because that's all she talked about. Tupac. So I think shit like that starts to make you feel like you're not enough. So you got to do every little thing to prove yourself. Yeah. So that probably is what prompted him to say, okay, let me go ahead and show her who the real Tupac is. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're going to help Pop, man. They ain't going to help Pop. Oh, speaking of which, I seen the thing with you showed me. So Tony Rock talking about, you know what? That might be actually why he did that shit. Yeah, we gonna pop the whole year.
Tony Rock said that shit went down like that with him, boy.
Shit, come up here and smack me all you want to. Look at this. Owen Ward, you gonna get these hands, motherfucker. Exactly.
But you know what's funny though? Did you see there's a new meme going around where they show a different angle and they actually show Jada laughing at the joke? Did you see that part? Yeah, there's one from in the back of them. Like if you were Jada and Will's over here, there's a camera coming through the back of them.
Okay.
So right when he said the joke, yeah, she did get a little straight face, like, damn, I can't believe he said that. But then when Will reacted to it, she started laughing and busting out laughing, like, like when he went up there and slapped her. She started laughing at that part. So it's like, that comes off a little narcissistic right there, because you should have been more worried about Will, sit down, don't do this. We don't have to go there. You know what I mean? And it's like, your man goes up there and slaps somebody, and he's like, it was a G.I. Jane joke, and you start laughing and shit.
And the thing of it is, was Chris Rock, man. One thing, I want to commend him for being professional.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely want to. Matter of fact, we're going to clap that
up.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Because, I mean, he could have, that's one thing.
Yeah, he could have showed up.
He could have showed up. He's from Brooklyn. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't think Chris Rock is necessarily scared.
Yeah.
I think it just, it threw him off so much. And then plus he was trying to stay collective, cool, calm, and collective. So he did the right thing. And I even said that from the beginning. Even though my video was more about Will did the right thing by hitting him because he disrespected his wife. I always felt like Chris did the right thing in not making it a big scene, because I think that's what would have gotten them both tossed out of there. Yeah, because
at least you didn't, had no brawl. Because and that's another thing too. I think, especially with the Oscars being white,
right?
It's like, oh my God, these Negroes for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't do that though. He's, that's one thing. Because if it had been somebody else, man, I tell you what, I'd like to see him smack a little bootsy or some shit. Wow, that shit was. Huh? You think you gonna do that around here? Oh, man. Come on, man. You gonna smack me?
Yo,
that's why Bootsy impression is horrible. They fucking horrible.
One of the memes I saw when it first happened was they did a meme talking about this was Chris Rock backstage after it happened, and it was Kevin Hart talking about, you gonna smack me, bitch? You gonna smack me, bitch?
You gonna smack me? I'm trying to get hype and shit.
Right. Somebody was backstage, you gonna smack me, bitch? Yo, that shit had me laughing. But all respect and props go to Chris Rock, man, because it took a lot for him to maintain his composure. And they even said, I saw an interview with the guy Will Packer, and they asked him about it, and he said that Chris Rock was standing there when the police were talking about getting Will Smith out of the building, and said that from what he understands, Chris Rock said, no, don't make him leave. Mm-hmm. So that right there takes a lot, because a nigga that just embarrassed you, I'm sure he wasn't hurt, more so than a little pride. But the nigga that just embarrassed you in front of the whole world, and you still say, nah, don't make him leave. You know what I mean? Just let it ride. And you took that shit on the chin like a champ, man. Yeah. I don't know if I could have done it, man. If I was in Chris Rock's place, I'd be like, America, I apologize. Stay right there. And I'd have ran up on
We'll be right back after this ass whooping.
Right. You might want to show the effects on the screen and say, please stand by now.
Technical difficulties.
Right. Because once he turned his back and started walking away, I'm like, this nigga did not just hit me and walk away.
But and turn his back, because usually with that, I mean that's disrespectful in itself. Because if he got your back towards you, that's like, well, you ain't a threat. I ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Right. Man. Yeah, that's exactly how it was.
Will Smith coming to this warehouse, come up here trying to smack me. Well, goddamn it, we got these trash hands out here. Goddamn it, we got these. Well, There'll be some fighting in this shit. There's gonna be some furniture moving.
Nigga now.
There'll be some furniture moving in this motherfucker for sure.
Now to sort of rumble in the jungle on live or film.
I don't give a fuck if you play that.
Right.
Goddamn
it. Right.
Knock your ass out.
But the memes would just, the internet is undefeated with memes, man.
Yeah, let's shut up the internet. Shit, fuck it. Let's shut up the internet.
Somebody said you left some Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince is stupid.
I was like, y'all are so wrong for this shit, man. But anyway, but yeah, I think you wanted to mention something about the video I did. You said,
yeah, I mean, like I said, I just disagreed that Will was in the right. Like I said, I just don't think, and especially like on that type of platform,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Just get with him after, like, hey, I didn't appreciate that. And then if y'all want to have your little spat, that'd have been fine. But on national TV and to make yourself look like a fool, yeah, that's just not cool.
Right.
And I will say this too. I want to talk about this because I didn't really, because you know my song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Like I used to love this dude, man, but man, I can't stand this nigga now.
Wow.
So Jim Carrey. You know, I think he went on Gayle King's show on, I think it's NBC. I can't remember. It's not her show, but she's one of the anchors or what.
I'm not sure. Whatever.
But anyway, she's on one of them daytime shows.
Yeah, I know what
you're talking about. And you know, Jim Carrey, she wanted to ask Jim Carrey about the whole thing. And, you know, Jim Carrey just said, well, you know, I think Will Smith should be in jail because, you know,
right. I did see that.
Yeah, that was an assault, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's safe to say that, you know, Hollywood is just ain't the cool club.
Right. Yeah, I did.
It's not And then my song's like, well, look at this white man up there trying to, and I understand, I get it. Like, this white man's up there trying to dictate what these two black, that's like, quit fucking reaching. Stop.
Yeah, that was a reach.
Stop.
I mean, because that ain't got nothing to do with
Stop.
That's not a black and white thing.
No.
Ain't nothing.
Jim Carrey's a fucking comedian.
Exactly.
He's a fucking comedian.
Ain't nothing racist.
And don't get me wrong, Gayle does some shit. You know, I'm not gonna call her nothing because, you know, I don't want nobody, her team comes from the dog. You know, Snoop Dogg, you know, called her what she called. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Gayle King is definitely not great for black men or black people, period.
Yeah.
Like, she make us look bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, more thugged out and worse black guy being, you know, knocking people out, and she can get the scoop on it, the better. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But honestly, you know, for him being a comedian and having his ideas, I even seen something with like Gary Owen too.
Yeah.
Gary Owen actually commented on it. It's like, you know what? Really, I would have said the same thing that Chris Rock said, because comedians sometimes we think the same. You know, we think the same thing like we're in the joke. That's something I would have said.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know. And then he even said after that, it's like, look, I love them both. You know, I respect them both. I'm not going to side with either one. You know, I said I just respect them both. But yeah, going back to my song, it just pissed me off, man. It's like, man, that's a fucking read. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he be off sometime, man. I've seen him a couple times like that where I was like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, man.
You know, overall, I think he's a decent guy, but you know, sometimes his opinions get skewed a little bit. So
yeah, man.
I wouldn't agree with that either.
Yeah, man. It's like, dude, you know, this. I mean, shit. The man started with the. You know, Jim Carrey started with the all black, pretty much predominantly black cast in Living Color.
Right.
You know, and then now you can argue like, oh, well, you know, after he got, you know, Hollywood, you know, he ain't really forgot. But no, he started with them. You can't help the industry, you can't help that, you know, they're trying to push the dominant, you know, the white man. You can't help that. If they like him, they're gonna gravitate toward him. You can't really help that. He can't help that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he did the Ace Ventura and all this other, this, that, and the third. But as far as I know, Jim Carrey, he's all right.
Yeah,
he ain't really had, said nothing out of his way towards black people, not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I don't see him as being racist at all, But,
well, I mean, I'm not even. I mean, even if he was, I don't see him going out of the way.
Right.
Like, you got some people just go out the way to say shit like, niggers. I'm like, you like, goddamn.
Yeah. You right about that.
Yeah. Get out the way, boy.
Yeah,
oh man.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. It's just one of those things. I mean, shout out to Chris Rock, like I said, for taking
man.
Of course, they've been waiting to hear from him, but when he did his first comedy show after it happened, he said, I know everybody want to hear what I got to say about it, but I'm not ready to talk about it yet, and I'm still processing it. Of course, his brother Tony Rock was a little bit different.
Oh no,
Tony. His brother said, "Yeah, we can talk about this shit because y'all gonna get these hands. You try to come up on this motherfucking stage and smack me, bitch."
No, he said, "Shit." Other things, like, yeah, there's 10 of us,
right?
Ain't you know how many? Damn, he's a rock brother. He's a rock brother.
Right.
10, shit.
Yeah,
you get it from all angles. You be one city like. Get the rock.
Get rock. Get your snot box.
Get your snot box. Get your TV turned off. Will Smith coming up here. Fresh Prince Bel Air, motherfucker.
Right.
Get your snot box right. TV turned off.
Yo, I had an idea, man. You tell me if you think this is good.
Dude,
I think if Will Smith really wants to make this shit right, he should set up like a little funny video or something like that, where it can be somewhat funny, somewhat serious, where he let's say he does something like acts like he's been kidnapped and he's been being held, tied up to a chair, and he's like, "What's going on, man? Why y'all kidnap me?" And then you slowly see Chris Rock walk in the room, and Chris Rock, slaps the shit out of him. I mean, that would be hilarious as fuck. And I think he should either do something comedic like that, where he gets Chris Rock involved, or just somehow let him just say, "Look, I fucked you up. Go ahead, hit me right. Go ahead. Give me one good time, bro. Oh, you got your one shot, and Chris Rock should knock his fucking head off." I know if it was me, I would. You know what I mean? But that would be funny as hell if he did like a little comedy skit, like I said, like make it look like he'd been kidnapped and he beat up or whatever. And then you see Chris Rock just come out of nowhere like, yeah, I'm the one who did this shit.
I got your ass now, nigga. Your ass now, nigga.
Right. But yeah, that would be hilarious. I think he should do something like that. If he really wants to make it right. Now, back to what I said in my video, I'll say this. I feel like he was not justified in walking up on that stage and hit. I do feel like he was justified in being upset because you just disrespected my wife, and it kind of hurts me because she does have a condition. Yeah, I get that. But no, I do not agree that he should have went up there and hit him. No. He should have, like you said, just approached him later on and be like, "Look, man, I don't know if you know this shit, but don't do that shit again because my wife got this condition, blah, blah, blah. And if it happens again, then I'm slapping shit out you."
Yeah.
But, he got a right to be mad. He just should have conducted himself in a better way. Because he's always trying to promote that positivity and motivation and shit like that on his channels. And so now it looks like you just,
can't do that. Damn. You bitches did a dang dash.
Right.
Damn. Damn, Will.
Yep.
Will. Damn.
Exactly. So, yeah, man. But, I don't think it was staged or anything like that because it wouldn't have, Chris Rock wouldn't have reacted the way he reacted. He almost was so befuddled he couldn't even say what he had to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, he was just, you could tell in his face, he was just like, "Okay, I won't," like, "Dude, what are you doing?" It's just a joke.
Yeah.
And then when they try to get him, he was trying to move on and do the award. He was like, "Yeah, we're going to give away a documentary." Yeah, he was.
The award for the documentary. Yeah.
So, yeah, you could tell he was just kind of beside himself and befuddled and all of that. So, I definitely don't think it was staged. There was some memes going around where it looked like there was some like plastic over his face.
Yeah.
Where it looked like that was just there to protect him from the slap. I've looked at it. That's the only time I've seen it. I've looked at all the videos and I don't see that in none of the other videos. Yeah. So I think that was doctored. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. Did you want to say anything else about Will Smith and Chris Rock and all of that?
Man, I just I hope they can all get past this. Yeah. Actually, I'm hoping that really this shit would die like next week. Yeah, I hope we don't have to hear about it.
Yeah,
because really, I mean, and that's the thing too. I think they did that so they can get because no one was watching the Oscars and they wanted the rating.
And that's why people felt like it was staged. You know? But honestly, the fact that he didn't get tossed out, I mean, they could have forced him out, but I think that because Chris Rock did what he did and stood resilient and didn't overreact to it, I think that's the only reason Will Smith didn't get thrown out. Yeah. Because had they both got the thumping, they would have both been out. Because that's what white folks be looking for. Not all of them, but them ones that be thinking that we just savages and shit. Like you ain't got a right to defend yourself.
Yeah, I don't get that. How the people that fucking took over the land, took over the countries, and took indigenous people out of here, how are we the savages and we the ones to be up there just trying to thump and everything? Right. How are we the uncivilized? But y'all the most uncivilized motherfucker that ever walked the place on the planet Earth. Yeah. Motherfucker, we civilize y'all.
Right. But yeah, man. So, it's one of them things, man. I'm glad Chris Rock did what he did. So he gets much respect from me. And, I should have been more so talking about that than what I said about Will.
Man. But that's what that's what that's about, man. You talk, from your viewpoint. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We can't be robots. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, you know what I'm saying? I just disagreed with it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't think Will Smith handled it right.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, and I think mainly my thing was, I think because I'm a lot like him and I'm very impulsive like that, it would have made me react the same way. So that's why I was like, Big Willie style, Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely wrong. The more I thought about it, I was like, I shouldn't really be promoting that. But because we all got to work on ourselves. But yeah, I know that my pattern of behavior over my lifetime has been, when you cut me deep like that, I'm gonna react. You know what I mean? If it's just some little jab, all right, fine, I'm gonna let that shit ride. But when it's a deep cut, we about to thump. So, but anyway, man, I guess that was it. You had anything else you want to throw out there before we wrap it up?
That's it, man. We appreciate y'all watching this episode 200.
200, man.
Hit the like, share, subscribe.
It's a big damn deal, people.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
And keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
That's right! Smack this shit out. All right, that's enough. We get crazy.
But yeah, man, I'm just happy that we made it to 200 and look forward to getting to 300 and all of that, man. This is like I said, our 5-year anniversary. We'll be celebrating that sometime around end of May, maybe early June. It's one of those things, we don't remember the exact date, but it was somewhere around the end of May that we started back in 2017.
Yeah, so, I think it was, I still got my old notebook. I could probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can find something, we can finally put a pin on that. But all right, man. So the Triad Hip Hop Podcast. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank y'all again for showing us some love, and don't forget hit the buttons. And we will see y'all on the next live show. Look out for the lyrical breakdown middle of the week. Thank y'all. Peace.
Oh, that's Curtis and
Howie and Curtis. Yeah.
Damn.
My bad. No, I'm trying to wrap it up because I felt like I was talking too much.